Diaspora Live online here on Power 106 FM. The We're going to our next guest in just a moment. In just a moment, we are going to feature the work of the Haile Selassie Past Students Association. You heard us read a message earlier on. They're hosting an event, a picnic, and they want to get the word out pretty early. And it's a picnic in the park at Queenston Heights Park, Niagara-on-the-Lake, Niagara Falls, Canada. And we have fond memories of Niagara Falls. Thank you so much to the Williams family in Canada who gave us the royal treatment. And we were able to broadcast live from Niagara Falls. It was quite an experience. Right, so it's a picnic in the park at Queenston Heights Park, Niagara-on-the-Lake, Niagara Falls, Canada, on Saturday, the 16th of July, starting at 10 in the morning. And they're giving us more than enough notice in terms of the number of, it's more than, some weeks out, a few weeks out. And this is a fundraiser for the Haile Selassie Past Students Association Canada chapter. The Haile Selassie Past Students Association Canada chapter hosting a picnic in the park at Queenston Heights Park, Niagara-on-the-Lake, Niagara Falls, Canada. And we're standing by to make that connection. Kwame McPherson says definitely. So he will supply us with more information on this group of expats and repats in Jamaica. And we look forward to connecting in that regard. Thank you very much, Kwame McPherson. Thank you. And let's get another. I think we need to finish that schedule so that these communities, those in the communities to be positively impacted by the Jamaica Awareness Association of California, are adequately prepared. So as we said, there's a church service on Sunday, the 5th of June. That's tomorrow. That's at 8 o'clock in the morning, St. James Parish Church in the Friendly City, Montego Bay. And then at 2 o'clock in the afternoon at Holiday Inn, there will be a meet and greet, Holiday Inn in Montego Bay. And on Monday the 6th, from 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., members of the Jamaica Awareness Association of California will be at Buff Bay Primary School, where the members of the Jamaica Awareness Association of California will present school supplies, and the students themselves. There will be a student presentation of backpacks to students, etc. All right, so we're going to speak now with Bernard Lee of the Haile Selassie Past Students Association. And good morning to you, Bernard Lee. How are you?
Good morning, Dervan. Thank you very much for allowing me to be on your program this morning.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you on. Now, we haven't connected in a little while, so I don't know if the executive has changed. Are you still leading the organization?
Well, I am the president of the Canada chapter.
Right.
Rosemary Campbell is the president of the Jamaica chapter.
Okay.
And we also have two other chapters, the UK chapter and the England chapter. Sorry, the UK chapter and the USA chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Those are Kulumi Miller is in the UK, and then we have Sandra Wright Gray, who is heading up the US chapter.
All right. Well, you seem to be doing better than a lot of schools in Jamaica, in terms of the various chapters of the association. Well done in that regard. But let's remind our listeners of the work of the Canada chapter. Uh, how long now since the Canada chapter has been operational?
Well, since we became fully functional since 2017, and we have been growing strong ever since.
What's the before you go on? Sorry to cut you, but what's the population of Haile Selassie High School past students like in Canada? How would you describe the numbers?
I would say in Toronto we have about 40, but I'm not sure about the rest of Canada. Canada is a huge place, and we're still trying to locate, using social media, other past students that perhaps are here but are not yet aware that this chapter exists. So we are in that process right now.
Right. So please continue telling us now in terms of 2017. You said that's when you became fully functional as a past students association.
Yes, both in Canada as well as in Jamaica.
Okay.
The Jamaica chapter started fully operational around that time. There were other past students association, but it was formalized primarily in 2017. Mm-hmm. And we have been growing strong ever since. As you know, in Jamaica, in 2019, we had a reunion which was well supported, and it was a huge success. And there are, since that time, several other initiatives that have been pursued by the 4 chapters, including the donation of tablets to the school. And there are some other things that are in the works right now, including the picnic that we're having in July here in Canada at the Queenston Heights Park in Niagara Falls, Niagara-on-the-Lake. And already we have over 80 past students and friends that have signed up, have registered to attend this wonderful event. It's going to be big in terms of the sort of things that will be happening there. We have a raffle, we have lots of games, we have delicious food, and we're getting the support not just from past students and friends here in Canada, but we have a number of past students from the United States that are coming over.
Oh, very good. Does your chapter, the Canada chapter of the Haile Selassie Past Students Association, have a particular area of focus in terms of your contributions to Haile Selassie High School, or is it an as needed approach in terms of maybe getting a call or an email from the school to say, hey guys, can you assist us with this or that, and then you chip in? Is that how it's done?
Yeah, so there are a number of ways in which we work. There is a steering committee that sort of provides oversight responsibility for the association. So that steering committee is responsible for bringing the chapters together with a view to planning some big events, including the reunion that I just mentioned. But in terms of the specific work of the Canada chapter, apart from the picnic that I have just mentioned, what we're aiming to do, because we want to make this big, we want to offer huge support to our school working with the other chapters. And so we are in the process right now of making this Canada chapter a not-for-profit organization, so that when people are able to donate, they can donate, knowing that they might be able to get, for example, a tax receipt. And in that way, they will be perhaps more willing to donate large amounts of money to the Canada chapter, and in which case we'll be able to undertake bigger projects working with the other chapters to support the school.
Hold it there. Let's take a break and come back, listeners. Our guest is Bernard Lee. He's the president of the Canada chapter of the Haile Selassie High School Past Students Association.
Healthy habits start with washing your hands several times per day with soap and water. If soap and water are not available, use Benjamin's hand sanitizer and rubbing alcohol. The time by Benjamin's is
7:15 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it is 2:15 p.m. in Cape Town, South Africa.
And now for our feature presentation.
Fame, frequency, divas, and dance return this Saturday. Blaze like a boss, the top musical hits mixed by DJ Narity, DJ Belly, and the Don Donovan Baker. Free the hard way, 9 p.m. to midnight. Come join the live in studio party alongside your special host, Nisha Yarn. DM at Fame 95.1 or ITV Instagram page for your special VIP invite. Or show up your Smirnoff vodka mixes in our VIP Zoom Watch Yourself area and tune in live on Fame 95 FM, Hits 92 FM, and RETV on live at Mixcloud, at Fame Frequency, and on OneStopMedia.com. That's Fame Frequency, Divas and Dance, powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink and party responsibly.
When I say, roll up your lights and come, flaming at the air, fire, fever.
Wherever you go, in tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. We continue to encourage you, our faithful listeners and viewers all over the world, to feel free to share your thoughts and ideas and suggestions and recommendations and issues of diaspora engagement, etc., because we are anxious to get a sense of the general mood of our diaspora leading into the June 14 to 16 Jamaica 60 Diaspora Conference. So we're encouraging you, feel free to post your comments on Facebook, on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page and affiliated pages. You can also post your comments on YouTube, and that's the Dervan Malcolm YouTube channel. And then, of course, there's the text line, which is the same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. We want to say good morning to Ambassador Curtis Ward, Jamaica's former ambassador to the United Nations, former member of the UN Security Council, lecturer, attorney at law, broadcaster, etc., etc., etc. He says, good morning, Dervan, and best to the diaspora. To you too, Ambassador Ward. David Chen says, blessings, Sir Dervan. To you too, David Chen. Charlton Chance of the Dint Hill Technical Past Students Association Florida chapter is greeting us as well. And Maureen Grant Gauntlet says, good morning, Sir Malcolm and listeners. Good morning to you all. Thank you for tuning in. We're delighted to have online Bernard Patrick Lee. Remind us, Patrick is your middle name, or that's your...
Anthony is my middle name.
Anthony.
Patrick is my pet name.
Oh, that's what I meant to ask you.
Bernard, others know me as Patrick, depending on whether they are my I
Right.
went to school with them or they grew up with me in the community.
Got you. Thank you for
Yeah.
that.
And Dervan, if you don't mind, can I go back to a question that you just asked about how do we know what the needs of the school are and
Sure.
and how we go about addressing it?
Sure.
We work very closely with the school, including the principal of the school, and we also have a representative on the steering committee that I just mentioned that liaises very directly with the school. And as a result of that, we are able to get information in terms of what the needs of the school are, and we work together collectively as a past student association to address those needs.
Right. And at this point in time, are you able to say, from your understanding, what is the most pressing need at Haile Selassie High School?
Well, my understanding is that at this time there is a need for some additional tablets to be donated to the school. There's also, we need to improve the sort of funding that we have in place for the breakfast program. And we also need to improve the sort of support that we're providing by way of scholarships to students at the institution.
Can you back up a bit and tell us some more about that breakfast program? Because that is key. We have known for a long time that picnic can learn pa hungry belly. We have heard the expression in Jamaica. But obviously it takes cash to care. So to sustain that is not easy either, is it?
No, it's not. And that is why in 2019, part of the proceeds that we raised from the reunion, we used to support the breakfast program. I believe at the time we donated over $100,000 to the school because we recognize that, as you rightly pointed out, picnic can learn on hungry belly. And so it was important for us to support the school's breakfast program so that students will not only come to school to learn, but they can be guaranteed that in doing so, they will be doing so on a full stomach.
Yes. Very well said. What's the level of, I know we had a lot of virtual, and we're going to give you more time as the segment progresses to repeat the details of your picnic at Niagara Falls. But in terms of the general coming out of the pandemic, well, not coming out, we're still in it, but with all that we've had to deal with, and there were a lot of virtual events and link ups and connections, to what extent did the conditionalities of COVID-19 serve to bring you closer together, not just the Canada chapter, but all the chapters, for example? Have you had that kind of a link up?
Yes, we have. We have had a few meetings online using the WhatsApp platform, but we have also had a party of sorts, which was well attended. It was a virtual party, and we were able to connect that way. And a lot of past students who attended that event were not even aware that there were so many other past students that would have connected, that they have always wanted to see in a long time, but just didn't have the opportunity to connect with them because they didn't know where they were. So I think that platform, we were able to use it to sort of unite past students and to allow past students to be reconnected. And as a result of that, we were able to get a bit stronger in terms of the support that we are able to provide to the school.
Yes, and I ask the question because I'm thinking that it's an opportunity just to make sure that everybody, I don't want to say everybody's necessarily on the same page, but there's a level of cohesion in terms of the nature and extent of the support that you give the school, so that resources are not wasted by overlaps and so on, but that you are getting done exactly what needs to be done at the school.
Absolutely. And I must say, Derval, I mentioned steering committee earlier, and we have Milton Morrison, who was on your program. He is the chair of the steering committee at the moment, and he's doing a fantastic job as far as I'm concerned in terms of bringing the different chapters together around working towards achieving various objectives based on what we are hearing from the schools.
Very good. And so now, with respect to the general performance of the institution, how, I mean, you perhaps have not been able to
get. I don't have the data in front of me, but what I will say is that Haile Selassie has produced some outstanding graduates, and I don't believe that the general population of the country is aware of that. We have, for example, professors at the Norman Manley Law School who are graduates of Jamaica. We had a graduate of Haile Selassie that was a vice president of Scotiabank. We have graduates who are lawyers. We have graduates who work in the Ministry of National Security at a very high level. We have, I mean, myself, I'm here in Canada. I'm a principal, and I've been the principal of 5 different schools here in Canada.
Wow.
And yeah, so we have the Exeter Community College. The principal of Exeter is a graduate of Haile Selassie. And they're just everywhere. Right?
Yes.
I could go on and on. Annie G, everybody knows about Annie G,
yes.
and she is a graduate of Selassie and so on.
Yes.
So we have a lot of graduates in the police force, in the army, all over. But I think we're going to have to do a better job to talk about the sort of graduates that Haile Selassie produces, despite the challenging socioeconomic conditions that we were able to we learn in, right, during the time that we were at the institution.
Yes. Very good. Very good. All right. So let's go back to the event now. So it's and I suspect we might need to reconnect with you before the 16th so that people don't forget. Yeah. So go ahead now and remind us of your fundraiser at Niagara Falls.
So it's Picnic at the Park, and it is being hosted by the Canadian chapter of the Haile Selassie Past Student Association, and it will take place on July 16th. It begins at 10 a.m. It's right on the border between New York, the state of New York, and Ontario, Canada. Right at that bridge. I forgot the name of the bridge now. But we're going to have lots of fun. There's going to be great food, lots of games. We have a raffle. And we have a lot of past students, as I said earlier, that will be visiting Canada from the United States to participate in this wonderful event. And it's not just an event for past students, but also for past students and friends of the institution. For more information,
yes, go ahead with those details, please.
Yes, you can contact Karen. Her number is 289-689-1664. Karen is the vice president of the Canada chapter. And Carl, his number is 905-866-3813. Those are the contacts in Canada. In addition to myself, my number is 647-621-0215. In the US, you can contact Sharon Dick Stevenson, and her phone number is 203-979-4055. Or you can also contact Sandra. Her number is 954-661-7806.
Right. Sounds like you have all those numbers on speed dial, eh?
Yes, I try. And a huge part of the proceeds from this event will be used towards providing more scholarships for students of the institution.
Yeah. And we really hope you get all the support you need for your fundraiser. Picnic in the Park at Queenston Heights Park, Niagara-on-the-Lake in Niagara Falls, Canada, because you're doing a tremendous job as not only you personally as president of the Canada chapter, but collectively you are demonstrating a commitment that we should never ever take for granted for those who have benefited from the tutelage of the school, in this case, Haile Selassie High School. And the fact that you haven't shaken the dust of Haile Selassie High School off your feet, you're still very much rooted and grounded as far as the institution is concerned. And you deserve all the support as you seek to continue to enhance and develop your school.
Yeah. And I just want to say to the students who may be listening that if you think it, you can achieve it. And you're don't allow your circumstances. Because when I was at Haile Selassie, I mean, you know.
All right, hold on one moment. Don't move. One moment, please.
Okay.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
7:30 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 5:30 a.m. in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Shop at Stewart's Hardware and Home Center for your business and home improvement. They offer plumbing, electrical, paints, lawn and garden, lumber, cement, and all your remittance needs. Visit 56 Manchester Avenue, Mayfair, 82 East Street, Old Harbor, Winston Jones Highway, Mandeville, Longville Park, and Lionel Town. For more information, call 876-986-9100 or 876-745-2478. Stewart's Hardware and Home Center, building values.
And now for our feature presentation.
Fame, frequency, divas, and dons return this Saturday. Blaze like a boss, the top musical hits mixed by DJ Narity, DJ Belly, and the Don Donovan Baker. Free the hard way, 9 p.m. to midnight. Come join the live in studio party alongside your special host, Misha Yan. DM at Fame 95.1 or ITV Instagram page for your special VIP invite. Or show up your Smirnoff vodka mixes in our VIP Zoom Watch Yourself area and tune in live on Fame 95 FM, Hits 92 FM, and RETV online at Mixcloud, at Fame Frequency, and on OneStopMedia.com. That's Fame Frequency, Divas and Dons, powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink and party responsibly.
When I say, hold up your lights and come, flaming at the air, fire, be burn.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Welcome to Marine Grand Gauntlet. Good morning to you. Dr. Trevor Dixon, founder of the Jaja Foundation, Jamaicans Abroad, helping Jamaicans at home. And Dr. Dixon is an emergency medicine physician at Jacobi Medical Center in the Bronx, New York. Thank you so much, Dr. Dixon, for joining us. He says, good morning, Dervan and the entire Jamaican diaspora. Thanking you, Dervan, for all you do. And I reciprocate wholeheartedly, Dr. Dixon. He says the Jaja Foundation had the pleasure of doing health screening at this wonderful and noble institution in Painland, and that's reference to Haile Selassie High School. Mr. Ellis was then the principal. Please support this noble institution, says Dr. Trevor Dixon. Bernard Lee, otherwise known as Patrick, that's his nickname. Some people call him Bernard, others just say Patrick. He is the president of the Canada chapter of the Haile Selassie High School Past Students Association. And he was moved just now, as we were about to take the break, to getting in a word to the students listening, who might very well be listening to us. And if not them, then their parents or guardians, they can pass it on to them. Please pick up on that point, Bernard Lee.
Whatever you think, you can achieve. And I remember the days when I was at Selassie, not having any money to buy lunch, not knowing what my future was going to be. But I had good people around me, people that constantly told me that I can do great things, I can accomplish great things. And, you just have to have the support. And I'm hoping that the teachers and the principal, Mr. Ellis, will continue to see what your future could be like if you were to work hard, because you're a student and maybe your world view is very small, very limited, right? So we have to just continue to support the students so that they can dream big and they can accomplish great things. And just like me and the other past students of the school, will be in a position now to return and to continue to give back so that other students can do likewise, right? So I just want to say that to them. You can achieve whatever you set your mind to. And we want Selassie graduates to be outstanding graduates in different areas, right? And I mentioned earlier about the different contributions that we're making to the country based on where we are located in law, in politics, at the university. I mean, we have a past student who is a lecturer at the University of Technology, right? And so on. So we're everywhere and we're making our contribution. And, we'll continue to do our part to support the school as best as we can.
And we stand ready to help you to get the word out there and keep it out there as far as Haile Selassie High School is concerned and its supporting chapters at home and abroad. Well done to you and your colleagues.
Thank you, Derval. You have always been so willing to get us to put the word out there in terms of the work that we're doing, and it is greatly appreciated. And we will continue to make you aware of the various initiatives that we are undertaking, all in an effort to keep supporting our alma mater.
Absolutely. And we look forward perhaps to reconnecting just maybe a week or so before the actual picnic, just so that we can remind those in Niagara Falls and elsewhere in Canada.
And if you happen to be in Canada at that time, because I know you were here some years ago in July, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
You're more than welcome to swing by.
All right. Well, who knows? Stranger things have happened. Let's see what happens this time.
All right.
All right. Thanks for the call.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Have a good morning.
You too. Bye-bye. Take care. That's Bernard Lee, otherwise known as Patrick, past student of Haile Selassie High School, now president of the Canada chapter. He's a principal of about 5 schools, he said. Goodness. Outstanding. He is now, he's the president of the Canada chapter of Haile Selassie High School, and he and his fellow past students are continuing the build-up to their picnic, which is scheduled to take place